Okay, let's begin with the webinar. Hi everyone, I'm Dharya and I'll be your host for today's session. We are going to discuss what happens when telephony, chat, and email finally work together. That is the topic we are considering today for the discussion. And we are thrilled to have all of you join us here, whether you're from sales team, a support function, or leading customer experience for your business, this session is for you. In the next 45 minutes, we'll show you how unifying communication channels can 10x customer experience and accelerate your sales cycle. Well, before we begin, let me just see that where does your team currently which is the biggest challenge your team is facing right now into your business, and for that I want you to do a little task. We'll run a poll over the screen, and I want to see that what are the responses for this, what are the current biggest challenges of the communication specifically your business is facing. Right. So let me run a poll for you all, and please answer it, and let's see what are the responses coming out. So here is the poll on the screen. I hope it is visible to each one of you. Let's see what are the biggest challenges or the communication challenges your businesses are facing. Okay, I'm seeing responses throwing in. Okay, let's wait for one more minute and let's see. Then I'll close the poll and we'll share the results out. Okay, it seems we have received the response. Let me share the result, and it seems that lack of context during the customer conversations. Well, this is the majority of the challenge, and there are others also, like too many disconnected tools and slow follow-ups and misleads. And, of course, there are others also that people are facing. Well, you don't have to worry about it. That is why we have this webinar for you all. And before we dive into, let me just, walk you through the agenda of the webinar. The agenda is the problem with the disconnected channels. We are going to, discuss what are the, problems or the businesses faces with the when the channels are disconnected. How unified telephony, chat, and email boost customer experience and sales. With that, we are going to even understand how AI voice agent will help you out with the communication and real use cases and key insights. Then we are going to see actionable steps and ROI of it for your business. And at the end, people, you can, drop your questions if you have anything related to this webinar or the topic we are discussing, anything about your business, your challenges that you are facing. You guys can put it onto the comment section. We'll take it and we'll start with then we'll start answering at the end. All the questions will be taken care of. Now I'm excited to introduce our speaker for today, Shaili Aditya, AVP Sales at CallHippo. Shaili brings years of hands-on experience in sales tech and has helped hundreds of businesses transform how they communicate both internally and with customers. So Shaili, over to you.
Thank you, Dario, and welcome everyone on today's webinar. I hope after the session, everyone walks away with key insights around what happens when telephony, chat, email, they work together and how that helps. Before that, let's first understand the problem with disconnected channels. So I'll start with the elephant in the room, which is basically the disconnected communication. Then can we move on to the next slide? So this is the pain most businesses feel every single day. Whether you are in sales, whether you are in support, success, customer onboarding, let me paint a real picture to it. I'll give you an example here. Imagine a support team. or a support agent walking in that team, starting their day dealing with a backlog of emails. But then there is a chat message that came in overnight from the same customer. Later, the same customer also called in, and someone from the sales spoke to them. Now, three different conversations are happening across three different tools, and nobody on the team has the full story. This is not rare, this is normal, and that's the problem. I want to ask all of you, I'll take a pause for 10 seconds. How many people here face this problem on day-to-day basis where the same kind of setup happens and your team speaks with multiple same customers without getting to know the full story behind it? Drop your thoughts in the chat. And is the chat open for everyone? Okay. I started to get it.
Yes, it is open for everyone.
I think most of the businesses in today's time, they're facing the same problem. And teams today, the reason behind it is because they're using multiple fragmented tools to solve each and every individual problem. So one tab they're using for dialer, another one for shared inbox. Then probably they're using Slack or WhatsApp for internal updates. And of course, the CRM is where everything is supposed to be synced. But while doing all of these, what actually happens is the context is lost. The response time that increases as the team has to juggle between multiple tabs. And worst of all, the customer suffers at the end of the day. Because here is what your customer does not know and does not care about. The customer does not care about if the sales team is using one tool and the support team is using the another tool. They don't care about if the chat does not sync with your CRM. The customer only cares about, I have told someone from your company about my problems. Why am I being asked again and again and again? And that's where disconnected channels destroy customer experience totally. I'll share a quick story from one of our SaaS customers, a fast growing company scaling their sales and support parallel. So before using CallHippo, their tech stack looked like email via Outlook, chat they were using through Intercom, calling they were using a separate telephone system, and CRM updates, everything was manual, nothing was automated in that sense. And because it was manual, the team was sometimes delaying it by hours and sometimes even for days. The call analytics and the other updates were not getting logged with Cypress. As a result, their major pain was the reps were spending 20% of their time just switching between different tools and not exactly communicating with those customers. The team was missing follow ups. The customer had to repeat themselves just to get a small query resolved. And internally, sales had no clue what support was promising, and support had no clue what sales was promising to the customer. Now, think about this. Your best people are spending one fifth of their daily time just navigating the tools. And this is not inefficiency, it's a silent revenue leak that's happening. So, what do we do? How do we solve this problem? How did we help them as a business? So, what we did was we brought their entire communication. So, right from the time calls, emails, chats, internal notes, even WhatsApp, we binded everything up into one unified view using the CallHippo platform. Today, when a lead reaches out, the entire journey is visible to anyone who picks up the lead. Doesn't matter if that guy is from the sales team, support team, or success team. And with that one change, we saw an increase of 25% improvement in the lead response time for the company. And we saw a 40% reduction in internal escalations that were happening compared to the previous setup they were using. All because of solving one problem, context lost across disconnected tools. So I want to ask you, how many tools does your team use today? And how much time they're using and losing, not only for serving customers, but on trying to find the full picture. So most of the time these reps are spending in a day-to-day basis is identifying and understanding the complete story. Very little time they're spending towards actually solving the problem. And that's the problem we are solving through CallHippo platform. And that's what we have built We're gonna talk about it in the next few slides. However, can we move on to the next slide? The cost of disconnection. So now that we have seen how disjointed communication impacts daily operation, let's get into the real cost of these slides. Because the problem is not just about feeling frustrated or your agents feeling frustrated or they toggling between the tools. The problem is much deeper and more expensive. And I'll break down this one by one. First, the response time takes a major hit. So we have seen companies experience up to 60% slower response time just because they could not see all the customer interactions in one place. Think about this. A customer sends a query at 9 a.m. in the morning. By the time support checks that, a sales rep has already called the same customer without a complete context of it. That leads to a disjointed conversation. And guess what? The customer ends up saying, do you guys even talk to each other? And that's not just a lost moment. It's a lost brand impression that's happening. Second, the cost of running 4 or 5 tools. Most of the businesses ignore this cost. But when these 4 or 5 tools are not integrated, the cost that is there for these managing all the tools, it's very huge and critical. So if you're using one tool for telephony, one tool for chat, a different one for email, and then gluing everything inside the CRM, not only are you paying the license fees for each tool, but there is also the hidden cost of training, context switching, and integration headaches that you're paying to. And most businesses, they don't realize this fact. They're spending thousands per month just to get their tools to kind of work together. Third is the broken customer journey, which I feel is the most important aspect of all this cost. So this is where exactly the revenue starts leaking silently. Let's say you got a new lead, they chat with someone, and then follow up with an email. And someone calls them a week later, but the guy who called them a week later is not aware that the person already signed up. From the customer's point of view, it feels like you are disorganized, even if you have great people working in your team. The experience is fragmented, it's not unified and not binded. And the fragmented experience is equivalent enough for a lost trust that happens for a business. And finally, the worst of all, the churn, for which we all are scared of when we are running a business, and lost deals when you're working in sales. So when communication is broken internally, your customer feels it externally. And now in the modern era of business, customers don't complain. Customers simply walk away. They just leave, they stop working with you and your business. In sales, how it impacts is these gaps that delays the follow-ups. It hurts the deal momentum. And we end up losing what leads to a more responsive competitor who proactively reached out to the prospect and ticked all the green boxes. So I remember one of our client we worked with. I think we closed them a year back. So it was a market research firm who were facing exactly the same problem. So they were using Gmail for their email integration, using a third-party tool to manage the entire surveys, and then manually noting the key insights inside the Google Sheets. Now, their problem was the leads were getting missed by the team. Conversations were being duplicated in a sense that different people were talking to the same customer, and not even one person was able to understand the exact need of the prospect. The managers were not having visibility around the real-time data and insights, what was happening with the team, what the team was doing on a real-time basis. And it was not a strategy issue. It was a system breakdown. So when they moved to the CallHippo platform, it helped them unify calling, email, chat, and the ultimate communication inside one unified view. Ultimately, within 90 days of their usage of CallHippo platform, they saw a lead conversion improvement almost by 35-40%. Without the need of adding an additional resource, if a business is able to achieve such a tremendous number, that itself speaks a lot about the benefits of the CallHippo platform. So disconnected systems don't just slow you down. What I believe is they slow the entire business down. And you might not notice it on day one, but over weeks and months, it shows up in a lower conversion. It shows up in a slower support. It shows up in a higher churn, misalignment across your different teams. And in today's competitive world, that's a cost you just can't afford. Let's look at how we fix this. Let's look at what has changed and what has really worked as a game changer, the power of unified communication. So before we do that, before we go on to the next slide, I want to take a poll. I want to understand how many tools does people out here on today's webinar you guys use? Tara, can we have the second poll?
Yes, sure. It's on the screen. Okay, so shall I share the results?
Yep. I think the majority of people, 60% of the audience today, the team is using 3 to 4 tools. And that's a huge number. So think about a possibility where and you just have to manage one single platform rather than using all these 3, 4. Some people are even using 5 or more tools. That's a huge number itself. I'll tell you a couple of years back, till then, the sales and support team of CallHippo, we were also in a kind of same disconnected situation. But then, after adopting the platform and streamlining everything, we understood the real importance and benefits of the unified communication. And that's where we're going to talk more about in the next slide. Tara, can we move on to the next slide? So most of the people, they get confused. They believe that you need more tools. But I'll be very transparent here. You don't need more tools. You need one smart platform that ties everything together. And that's exactly what CallHippo platform does. Let's visualize this together for a moment. Imagine this that your SDR gets a reminder to call a prospect. Now, before making the call, they quickly glance at a customer's profile and see everything. The email thread from last week where pricing was discussed, the same SDR has the visibility of a WhatsApp message the customer sent asking for a quick call. And he can even see a support chat that happened 2 days back when the customer had certain queries with respect to the integration or was asking about some other queries with respect to their account. Now, everyone ask yourself, what kind of conversation do you think now that same SDR can do with the prospect after knowing each and every detail of the customer profile inside a single timeline? Of course, now the SDR can do a more confident, context-rich conversation, faster connection, and ultimately these things will contribute to higher chances of conversion. So the unified communication makes the sales team more powerful in this sense. And how it makes the support team more powerful is through making them feel seamless, making them solve customer queries faster. I believe everyone out here would have probably experienced this as a customer with some or the other company. So we explain a problem on an email, and if it doesn't get resolved then and there, when we go to a chat, we again start from scratch. We have to explain it again and again and again. And that's really frustrating. Have happened a couple of times with me as well. And I believe everyone would have encountered this with one or the other company somewhere. With CallHippo's unified view, your agents does not need to ask again. They already have everything right there on the screen. Be it the call history, be it the call analytics, be it the chat logs, be it the email trail, even internal notes from the sales rep who first spoke to the customer. So the entire customer journey is mapped inside the unified view. As a result, what happens is the agent can understand the customer issues faster. A lot of time right now, our agents spend in searching the problem, understanding the problem, asking multiple people what the real problem is, because the cross department transparency is not there, the information is not there. So the agent gets the real issues faster with unified communication. The customer feels heard and valued. So when you're getting quicker responses and your issues are getting resolved faster, we understand as a customer that, okay, I have a value. People are understanding what I want from them. And support becomes experience driven. So this is where most of the companies are struggling at this point of time. Their support is ticket driven, not experience driven. Sales team, with the help of unified communication, are able to function without any gaps. So sales team, we all know, have a lot of things to do. They take a demo, then do their follow-up every 3 days, 5 days, whatever the cadences are. They do the negotiation calls, then they even take care of the accounts for some businesses in SaaS for the clawback period as well. So in between all of this, if the context is lost, the entire momentum that breaks. So with a unified platform, sales rep never lose the threat. They can see exactly what marketing promised in the brief email, what support clarified during the onboarding, what was discussed during a product trial call, and that continuity creates trust. And trust is eventually what pushes the deal to close faster. So the unified communication makes the central nervous system for all your communication needs. So now your team doesn't need to jump from Slack, Gmail, dialers, dashboard. Everything is there at a one platform. They don't lose precious seconds switching these tabs. They don't have to guess for what was said last, who spoke last. Instead, everything flows through one clean, consolidated brain where conversations are complete, context is available, and action is clear. And ultimately, this all contributes to reduced average sales cycle by 30%, increased CSAT scores by 22%, and reduced agent onboarding time for most of the support team that have started using CallHippo platform. So the big takeaway from this is you're not just saving time, you're saving your relationships with the customer. You're not just speeding up replies, you're creating memorable experiences. And your customers, they feel the difference when you start using unified communication. And this is what CallHippo platform brings to the table. Can we move on to the next slide one? So I think people are asking a lot of questions as well. I'll take up all the questions at last when we will do the Q&A session. So the role of AI voice agent. Before we start this, I would like to understand from the webinar attendees out here today, what excites you about the AI voice agent? We have a poll around this, and I would love to see what people are expecting from AI voice agent. Can we have the poll? Yeah.
Yes, it's on the screen.
So is it 24/7 availability? Is it the lead qualification follow-up? Is it automating L1 support? Is it reducing workload for your teams? You want to lead staff so that can, without that, also with the usage of AI, you want things to scale up. That's kind of a use case as well. AI can help you. And for people who are not sure yet, still exploring, they can select the fifth option.
I've shared the result on the screen.
Yeah, so almost 50% of people want AI voice agent for 24/7 availability. Personally, I also like that fact that my SDR is working without sleeping. And that's the most favorite part of the kind of powerful use cases the AI agent can solve. So now that we have covered how unified communication creates powerful customer experiences, let's talk more about the AI voice agent and its capability. This is the real superhero in the room at this point of time. So AI voice agent, and I want to make this very clear, These are not the clunky ideas where we press one for sales and two to have that wait endlessly. These are the smart conversational AI voice layer that actually speaks like a human, understands the context and get things done at scale. So think of AI voice agent as a 24/7 super assistants. They can help you act as an order support agent. They can help you schedule appointments. They can help you do the shopping stuff. They can also help you get more insurances. So these are the typical capabilities of the AI agents, but not limited to these four use cases itself. They can handle the inbound calls. Then we can move on to the next one. They can handle the inbound calls along with the FAQs, support level stuff, and help, appointment bookings, password resets, support status check. So AI agent is capable enough of handling it efficiently. You can run multiple outbound campaigns using your AI agent. You can automate your follow-ups, set up reminders, and you can call leads who don't reply. You can conduct surveys and collect feedbacks using AI agents. AI agents are able to route the calls smartly. They can detect the tone and urgency of the prospect or the customer and connect the customer to the right rep instantly. So they actually act as a help desk receptionist and first responder at all times. And the best part, like what most of the people expect, they're always online. So no breaks, no off hours, no holidays. Whenever you want to get the job done, AI agent is there to take care of the stuff. So we're working very closely with a fintech company, and they were facing this major problem of peak hour call spikes. And when that was happening, the call was eventually dropping off. So they were not able to cater to their existing customers during those peak hours. And what was happening is the customers were getting frustrated. The team was getting burned out and the calls were getting missed. They tried a couple of alternatives and methods of solving this problem, but that couldn't help. They tried hiring more reps to solve that problem. It didn't work. They tried increasing the call queue limits. That also backfired them. When we added AI voice agent layer to their entire business process, things started changing. They started to see better results in terms of team being able to manage things well. So their entire L1 support got automated, and now where the humans were involved initially, the AI agent was handling the ready customer queries like where's my refund, how do I reset my password, and all those kind of basic level of L1 queries, which were earlier handled by the humans only. So that gave them some space for their support team to get that bandwidth so that the team can focus more on emotion sensitive queries, the complex situation of support required, and upsell and retention. That's where we want the humans to actually focus more and work together with the customer. Within 30 days, they saw good results. The call abandonment rate that dropped by 35%. The first response time that dropped by 40%. And the support team finally got some time. And the best part is what they were doing it earlier. They believed in a fact that if they have to solve this problem, they have to add more team members. With the addition of AI agents, we showed them the path that you don't need to add a single new agent. The AI voice agent is capable enough of scaling things automatically whenever the call volume that goes up. And most of the people think AI voice agent is just for the customer service. But here is where it gets interesting. It's a revenue enabler as well. So let's say a lead fills out a form at 10 p.m. on your website. Now, traditionally, they wait until a rep calls that next day, by which time the lead might go cold or signed up somewhere else. With AI voice agent, this is what happens instead. The AI instantly calls the lead, confirms the interest, asks some basic qualification questions, captures their availability, and if they're hot, routes it to a human rep instantly. And even if they're not a hot lead, they're a warm lead or a lead which is just into an awareness phase, it just logs the interaction and sends a follow up or a WhatsApp message. So whenever the next day your rep walks into the office, you already have 4 or 5 pre-qualified leads to work upon. So it's like having an SDR that doesn't take rest. For support teams, the support no longer have to waste time on repetitive tasks. So on all the repetitive tasks, 80% of them can be handled pretty well with the help of AI. So AI is able to track the order status very seamlessly and accurately. AI is able to give product usage tips. AI is able to collect CSAT feedbacks after the resolution. So your human handles what humans do the best: empathize, handle the complex situation. And the best part is AI doesn't get tired, AI doesn't get emotional. So even if AI is speaking to someone at 2 a.m. in the morning, it speaks with the same level of energy and quality of communication that it would do with someone speaking with 10 a.m. in the morning. So that's consistency, which brings up loyalty. Let's be honest. Leaders don't just want things to run. An AI agent is not just there for sales teams, support teams, and other departments. It gives more benefits and power to leadership and operation as well. So the visibility, the kind of visibility the leadership wants, the ops team wants, that's what AI agent gives. So AI agents unlocks accurate dashboards. So you can actually see what kind of queries are coming in, what kind of queries are getting resolved automatically, what kind of queries are being handled or transferred to humans after coming in. All these reports and analytics are available in the accurate dashboard. With the help of AI agents, you are able to do smarter resource planning. So you know when to hire, you know when to scale AI, and you know when to retrain the AI model. And you get a complete better understanding of reporting, which is the traditional part that has been happening over time. So you understand the team load, you understand the response quality of AI, and you understand the customer sentiments at all times. And all of this without adding to the headcount. So it just ensures you are building a communication engine that doesn't just grow, it scales intelligently. So what I often, whenever I talk about AI, I don't just treat AI as a automation platform. For me, AI is a augmentation platform. So I'll say this again: AI is not just an automation platform; it's an intelligent augmentation. So AI is not about replacing your people; it's about amplifying them. It lets your team focus on strategic conversation and not just status updates. It lets your reps sell, not chase. And it lets your agent solve the problem and not waste time just searching the problem. And as a real impact, businesses have seen 50% faster response time with the addition of AI voice agent inside their unified communication. They've seen up to 70% automation of the entire L1 support and L1 queries. So when these two problems get solved, the end result is happier customers, empowered teams, and a truly modern customer engine that runs day and night. This is the CallHippo AI voice agent. And it's not the future anymore. It's already transforming businesses today. Let's see how it impacts every department next. Can we move on to the next one? The next one. What changes for your business after the addition of AI agents? So we have talked about the issues of disjointed communication. We have spoken about the power of unified communication. We have spoken about the benefits of AI agent. But if you have to really think about what changes for your business, I'll take a pause. I'll take a step back here. So we have talked about everything so far. But when you have to understand what changes for your business, you have to look at from a perspective what changes for your sales team, what changes for your support team, what changes for the other team, and what changes for your customers. Because whatever changes for these different teams ultimately is the change that happens for your business. So for sales team, now the team is able to do faster response, manage their follow-ups pretty well. And sales is not just about outreach, it's about timing and relevance. So the team, if their momentum is not killed, if they get better context of the data, the reps can see the entire interaction history. All these contributes to a quicker outreach that happens by the team members. A smarter follow-up pattern is observed. AI is there to take those follow-ups. The reps spend more time just focusing on selling to the customers. And ultimately, this all promotes higher conversion. One of our mid-market customer from the SaaS background itself, so they saw almost 32% increase in their dealing to customer conversion after unifying this communication in time. And that was not because they changed their pitch. That was because they had better context and better time. For support teams, it is faster resolution and happier customer. So support teams live and die by the context. So when agents are able to see the past emails, the chats, the calls, all in one click, they don't need to ask customers to repeat themselves. They can solve and resolve the issues much faster. They can even anticipate the next question. They can take some advantages of the AI insights available and they can anticipate what the next question the customer might ask. And this all things builds trust. And when you combine this with the AI voice agent handling L1 level of support, you get reduction in the average handling time of the support guys. You get better CSAT scores. And most importantly, there's less agent burnout that is happening. From the management perspective, what changes is now the management has a clarity, control, and confidence. So we as a leader, we always are trying to answer this question. Where are we losing time? Where are we leaking the revenue? Or where is the customer experience breaking for us? When all the communication gets centralized, your dashboard becomes your single source of truth. So from one place, you can actually see which channels are performing, which channels are not performing, which reps are overloaded, which reps have that level of bandwidth, which conversations are turning into closed deals, and which queries needs more automation. So in short, it gives you a 360-degree visibility into your business. So no more relying on gut feeling. You have a real-time data to make real decisions. Fourth, and I believe this is the most important aspect of what changes, is for the customer. Finally, it just feels easy. And let's not forget, these are the most important people in this entire ecosystem. So what do they get? What do the end customer gets from the unified communication? Now, as a customer, I don't have to repeat myself. Whoever I'm talking to understands the problem and resolves that. I have the choice of speaking on the channel I prefer. So if I want to speak with someone on a call, I'll speak to the support guy on the call. If I want to speak on a chat, I'll just continue on the chat or any other communication platform. The experience becomes fast, personalized, and intelligent. And the hidden value is when, as a customer, I feel valued and I feel that I'm not talking to 5 different departments, then it makes more sense and I get an understanding that I'm just talking to one brand. So your branding improves, your brand awareness of the business that goes on. And that's exactly what creates loyalty. That's what makes people refer your business to their networks, their circles. And that's exactly what gives you the edge over your competitors. So what truly changes? If I have to tell you, I'll answer everything. From sales to support, from ops to leadership, from leads to loyal customers, a unified communication system becomes the engine of your business. It's a very simple difference, just like running your teams and scaling your team. It's a difference like fixing the problem or preventing the problem. And it's a difference like just being another company in the market or being the one people actually remember. So one platform, multiple roles, one unified experience. Let's talk more about the use cases and industries that can take a leverage of these unified communication. Can we go on to the next slide? Yeah. So we have seen the value at a high level. Let's bring this to the life with some real world use cases. And the beauty of CallHippo platform is it's not limited to one industry or one team. It's flexible enough to cater and deliver impact across SaaS, IT, market research, customer experience and support, and beyond. I'll walk you through a couple of scenarios around this. So for SaaS and IT companies, the most important part is customer onboarding and improved support and SLAs. So the faster you get users activated and supported, the faster they see the value and less likely they are to churn. With CallHippo platform, these companies unify call recordings, onboarding conversations, support chats, and email threads all into one single timeline. So when an onboarding manager picks up a conversation, they're not starting from the scratch. They know what has happened to this customer. They will have the entire timeline right there in front of their screen. And this creates a smooth customer experience that people appreciate about. For market research firms, follow-ups and outreach play a very important role, and it's very critical and also very repetitive task. So that repetitive task, AI voice agents are able to automate. They're able to follow up on those same leads, which are, let's say, not picking up the calls. So those automation is being managed directly through the AI agents. And the team members can focus on a better high intent leads from where they expect better result. As a result, the response rate goes up, the project gets completed faster, and reps can actually focus on strategic level discussion and strategic level outreach around those people. So personalization becomes more important. The team members are able to set multiple personalization. They're able to target their accounts in a more personal way. And for sales team, it gives a better time and clarity. So with CallHippo, your reps don't need to juggle a dialogue. Everything they need from last conversation logos to the next upcoming reminders is there in the one single place. A lot of time is focused on doing strategic focus selling. As a result, the SDRs and AEs are able to get more demos booked and deals converted. As simple as that. For the support team, it's all about the customer experience. So when agents can see all the information, regardless of the channel, they deliver personalized, fast, and accurate responses. So it's not just about solving the tickets, it's about delivering the delight. And that's what is the core of customer experience or customer support teams in businesses. And that's exactly how you win long-term loyalty from your customer. So I still remember businesses that have been using this specifically from support perspective. They saw a drastic improvement in their NPS. So that they've seen jump by, some of them have seen a jump of 18-20%. Some of them have seen a jump of 25%. And not only limited to NPS, it speaks a lot about the clarity, continuity, and the context that unified communication adds to this entire ecosystem. And the best part is it's repeatable. So for any company that chooses to unify, they get to see these level of results also. So it's not just limited to one company or the other. Anyone who takes the leverage of the entire platform can see these level of results. And the last slide, let's take a look now at what kind of ROI you can expect when you bring all of this together. So whenever I talk to people, I talk from a perspective. So there are two important parameters, whatever activities we do. So there are certain input metrics, and then there is an output metrics. So all these unified conversation, communication, and all this AI agents, this transformation has to show up in numbers also somewhere. So what kind of outcomes people are actually seeing when they're working with CallHippo platform? I'll break it down into some aspects of it. So first, when I talk about the sales team who were previously stuck jumping between tools, missing the follow-ups, they have seen 40% improvement in their deal closure. And why? Because when the reps have complete clarity of things, and with the power of AI agents and the automation around it, and not to forget the sentiment analysis and the call scoring benefits, now the sales teams are not faster, they are smarter. So when the team is smarter, they spend more time selling and less time scrambling. And that speed matters in today's competitive environment. And that is exactly what's helping them achieve better conversion, and closures. The 24/7 AI powered availability makes sure no leads are getting missed. So one of the biggest game changer is how AI voice agent keeps your business running while the team is sleeping. So inbound calls, form fills, callbacks, everything gets acknowledged in real time basis. Doesn't matter if it is day or night. So no leads are getting lost. Nothing is slipping through the crack. And a better first impression is happening to all the people who are filling up the form, signing up on the website, or just downloading a ebook. So all the data is flowing in a single place. This promotes faster decision making. So with everything unified, calls, chats, email, AI interactions, CRM notes, you get a single source of truth, like we already spoke about in the previous slides. And that changes how the leaders operate. So now you no longer rely on weekly check-ins to understand what's going on with your team. You can just act based on the live dashboards. You can see the rep performance and deal flow insights directly. So you get faster visibility that promotes faster decision making and that offers better outcomes. Here's a number that gets often overlooked by most of the businesses. So companies using CallHippo product and CallHippo platform, they reduce the ops overhead by 20 to 30%. And how they do it is just by streamlining their workflows. So they don't spend any more time wasting their time integrating multiple tools, handling the duplicate tickets, or hiring just to manage a tentative short term volume spikes. And it's not just about cutting people, it's about letting your current team operate at a peak capacity, at the best capacity. So AI insights, personalization automatically promotes more revenue. And finally, AI is not just helping you automate, it's helping all of us sell better, support smarter, and serve faster. Because now we have insights around everything with respect to the calls, with respect to the chats, and other communication platforms. So you get to understand the lead intent, you get to understand the sentiments, scoring, and the timing of the engagement. Right from the time the customer came as a visitor on the website till the time, doesn't matter if it's 3 years, 5 years, how much time the customer has spent with the business. The entire journey is getting mapped inside one single timeline, one single force. So all of this lets us personalize every conversation at scale, which in turn drives more revenue. I was talking to one of the customer the other day, and he was just telling me this thing. We didn't hire more salespeople after unifying this communication and everything. We just made our current ones more powerful. And I could connect with it easily because that's the essence of what we are delivering here. You don't need more people. What you need right now is better systems. And that's what the CallHippo platform brings to the table. Scalability without complexity, growth without chaos. So let's move next. Let's take up the questions that people had. I think a couple of people, a lot of questions are already there in the chat.
Yes.
So we can start the Q&A now.
Before that, thanks, Shelly, for sharing this insightful, super insightful, I must say. And of course, we have a lot many of questions, and I would even request the participants to please put the questions down because we are going to start now with the Q&A sessions, and we are going to take each question one by one, and Shelly will answer right away. The first question we have in the deck, Shelly, is does combining all these tools increase the risk of data silos or leaks, or does it reduce them?
The compliance plays a very important role in this aspect. It doesn't increase the risk of data silos. To answer your question and tell you this, actually, it helps you in multiple ways, but you have to be very sure what platform you are selecting in terms of defining this entire setup, and is that platform compliant enough and they take proper legal and all those aspects into consideration as well.
Okay. Manika, I hope you have got your answer. If not, then please, if you have any doubts, then just put put it down again. Can unified communication, the next question, can unified communication tools provide cross-channel insights in a single dashboard?
Exactly, and that's what is the best part working with a unified platform. So you see the call data, you see the chat data, you see the email data, and you see whatever the communication you have integrated inside the dashboard. You see everything inside one single dashboard itself. That's the best part of it.
Yeah. I guess this question is again related to the data. Is there any latency or data sync issue when all three channels are combined in real time?
It's not like that. So it's very seamless. Everything is flowing pretty well, and there's no data lag, latency issue that gets encountered by the people.
Okay. Is the AI voice agent available in multiple languages? We are facing issues with leads who only understand their native language.
Yes, so the AI voice agent has the capability of, it's not available in regional languages, but it's available in multiple international languages to answer your question, actually.
Uh, Second, we have what features does CallHippo offer to help agents maintain high quality services across all channels?
See, if you're talking with respect to the AI agents, so there are a lot of things we're doing around it. So what we have as a USP is that we have voice cloning available, which makes the entire communication human-like, human-friendly. So that's the best part of our AI agent, along with the capability, like I mentioned, the multilingual capability of speaking in different languages, the local languages that really helps businesses get more penetration in the local market. So if the agent talks to someone based out of Russia, they'll be speaking in Russian. If the agent talks to someone based out of Germany, they'll be speaking in Germany. If someone is there in India, the agent has the capability of speaking in Hindi as well to people who don't speak in Hindi. So speak in English. So the agent is super powerful, and like I told, AI agent is the backbone of the entire unified communication. It's a superhero, and I literally use it for my team also. So for SDR's team. And for the support team, also, we are using internally our itself unified communication platform.
Okay, great. Can we create a flow if call has not been connected automatically? A message sends via WhatsApp or email or any other channel. And can I schedule it on a specific interval basis?
We can create multiple flows with respect to, I think what you want is if call has not been connected, you want an automated WhatsApp. That's possible. That's what we offer. So you want basically any lead that doesn't pick up the call automatically a message shoots on WhatsApp or email. So depends on what platform you want. If you want, we can we have the capability of doing it with both WhatsApp and email. Depends on how you want to do it.
He only has another question. Akshat says, can a single workflow be used across multiple channels? For example, if I create a flow for WhatsApp, can the same logic be applied to email and other channels as well?
So logic you can apply the same to other channel as well, but variables you'll have to flag it out when setting up the workflow.
Okay. Manika has a question. With AI increasingly powering chat and email responses, how do you maintain the human touch in multiple channel communication, especially in high stakes sales?
See, Manika, the important part is AI, like I already told, is not replacing the salespeople. So the job of AI is empowering our sellers that are there at this point of time. So AI is in sales. If I talk about it, AI is just doing and taking care of the follow-up cadences, making sure from the dead leads where the team has lost all the hopes of getting any reward, any breakthrough in terms of penetration. The AI is getting conversation and communication from those, and it makes sure that team member gets more empowered in a sense that they don't miss a follow up. They get automated reminders around the things and all those aspects. From high stake sales, or as such, it will happen, and it happens right now also directly from the AEs only, and they get these insights, make them more powerful in a sense that they don't miss a follow up, and the conversion improves in that sense.
Uh, we have another question. I don't know in respect to what this has been asked, AI or it is asked that can it be integrated with the data provider tools?
Ojang, I think you are referring to tools like Zoom Info, Apollo. Is that correct? Yeah,
Yes.
so we have a capability of integrating with data provider tool as well.
I think so. The question that you answered of Akshat for AI voice agents languages, he's replied that yes, I'm asking about international languages only like Spanish or Russian. Does the AI voice agent support these languages with the same response speed as English? We want to avoid awkward silences or making the customer wait longer for reply.
Should the fluency of the agent while handling multiple languages, our AI agent has the same level of fluency. So there is no lag or a wait time while response other than English or non-English languages.
I hope you have got your answer, Akshat. Is there any other questions we have? We are still open for Q&A. Please, you guys can put your questions in a Q&A box or chat box wherever you feel like. We'll answer it accordingly. We're still open for a few more minutes. Put your questions down and then we can just end the session. And before we end, I just want to tell that whosoever is still interested knowing CallHippo or taking an experience for CallHippo, they can book the demo. Or I'll just provide the book a demo link in the chat section. You guys can take it from there and can book your demo. If you want to even experience AI voice agent, you can do that too.
I'm also dropping my email on the chat for everyone. Anyone who has any other question or any doubt, anyone wants to discuss anything up, can directly email me and we can take the conversation ahead as well.
Yes, and this is the link for book a demo. Take it from here. Just schedule a demo. You can even directly contact Shelly for the same if you want, and just experience CallHippo. It's just a beautiful product you have for your business and for all the challenges that you are facing. Well, I don't see questions. I think so. Mostly, most of the questions are covered. I guess we should end now. Thank you all for joining us today. If you'd like to explore how call Hippo, then you can, of course, help. You can connect the team, or just as I mentioned that you can schedule a demo or can contact as Shaili has given his email ID. And do not hesitate to reach us out. We'll also be sharing the session recording shortly. You'll get through your email. And until then, stay connected and continue to simplify communication and have a great day ahead. Thank you everyone for joining in today's webinar.